Prior to coming in here, I just found out of the passing of Bob Ferry, and obviously he and his family, dear to my parents and the Unseld family, to the Wizards organization, and we want to just wish him and his family the best. Or keep them in our thoughts and prayers. I know how difficult this time is, so I just want to let them know we're thinking about them, we care for them, and we'll be there for them.
Thanks for that, Wes. Do you have an update on Howell's status?
He's listed day to day.
Get any imaging? Do you have any details?
Yeah, he got all the tests, required tests. He's done some strength work. He's gotten treatment multiple times, and it's just, he's not where we want him to be. Feel comfortable, with him being out there. So right now, we'll hold him out today and see how he responds tonight and into tomorrow morning.
What kind of adjustments do you have to make for what he does in the second unit?
Once again, we have enough depth, so it's good. Obviously Aaron, it kind of bumps Corey up into the rotation. So we have enough guard play, and at times it'll also allow us to play Brad as a primary playmaker.
And then same starting as usual.
Yes.
What are your favorite memories? I assume you got a chance to know him pretty well.
There's a long history, with him in the organization. He was in the front office. My father was a player. So, we spent quite a bit of time with him and his family. Danny Ferry was at our house quite often. My mom oftentimes babysitted him and his brother Bobby. So it's just kind of a generational thing. When I was in high school, I'd work out with Danny when he was a player at Duke, and he would intentionally try to just crush me. So a lot of fond memories, and I really feel awful. It kind of threw me for a loop when I found out just moments before coming in here. But certainly want to keep that family in our thoughts and prayers.
On a very different note, you obviously got a bit of a reputation as a coach, and this year it seems like there's been a pretty clear emphasis from the league to try to shy away from some of the foul calls the past years. Foul calls per game are down. Seems like the play, at least from my standpoint, is better. Are you happy with the way that things are going as far as a flow of play standpoint, and kind of giving defense a chance to better combat where the offenses are going?
Well, it's an adjustment period, and I think with any tweak to the rules, players, officials, coaches, we all have to kind of change our thought patterns. I think because we've kind of gotten away with some things, and players are smart. They can play the game within the game, and they'll find nuanced ways to create an advantage. So I think this initial period will probably slow, and we'll see an uptick in those foul calls, once guys get more accustomed to the rules.
You, Ime, Bumbles, you kind of waited your turn to get this job, and you guys get all in the same year. Did you guys get to know each other during that time and kind of talk shop in terms of like interviewing, when are we going to get our chance? And what was your impressions when they got hired, and did they hit you up when you got the Washington job?
It's funny. We known each other through different circles. Ime spent brief time in Washington years ago as a player. So that was my first interaction with him, and obviously never spent a ton of time with him in any work capacity, but there's a commonality in that. Our paths to this point have been different, but to see it unfold, and all of us get the opportunities, it's really special. And I think as we go forward, we'll lean on each other, because it's important, and it's a brotherhood. There's a very small number of us in the league, and not just minority coaches, just coaches in general, with 30 jobs. So across the league, I've been received quite well. So it's been very welcoming.
Added difficulty when you didn't have a long or didn't play in the NBA, because you have an African American coach, to get the recognition and people respect your know-how and your acumen?
That's a tough one to answer, because I really don't know how I'm perceived, from the outside. To that point, my path was different, and I had a lot of roles prior to getting this position. But I think each of those positions, helped me kind of form my philosophy. build my foundation, my coaching ideology. And, I've been around a lot of good coaches. So, you can pick and choose and steal from a lot of good coaches in this league. And, it's just not, one of those things where, a player's experience is different. And, I think they garner a little bit more credibility than my situation. But, 20 plus years in, I think I've got a myriad of experiences to help, lean on.
All right, Coach, let's transition over to Zoom. We'll start with Chris Miller.
Hey, Wes, with this being your first set of back-to-backs, what's the thought on Spencer playing tomorrow night?
We'll see. I think we'll take a look at what he does tonight. And we're going to be cautious with his minutes. We've had conversations leading up to the regular season as far as how do we want to approach it. There hasn't been necessarily a mandate, but I think we'll have to be mindful. This is his first back-to-back as well. So having said that, we'll probably be more cautious than not and try to manage, tomorrow.
And tonight's obviously you're going up against a really dynamic duo in Tatum and Brown. When you're scouting them, is it 1A, 1B with these guys? Which one do you have to take away to be successful tonight?
Ideally, you take both away. And I know that's not practical, but, I think our mindset has to be, they have to see a crowd, every time they touch it. And you're not going to stop either of those two. We just have to make life tough. I thought we tried to do that with KD. He got going a little bit, made some tough plays, tough shots over good defense. Those we can live with. But let's try to eliminate the easy possessions, the transition opportunities, the offensive rebounds. We take those out of play, make them play against that defense. I think we'll give ourselves a chance.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll go to Neil.
Hey, Coach. For Denny, past couple of games have been a little bit rough. After the Pacers game, he got up shots. Brad seemed to talk to him for a little bit. Is there anything that, you say to him, pull him to the side, or do you just think he's going to be able to figure it out on his own?
Well, Denny, he's a hard worker, and he's always probably his toughest critic. So it's just kind of reassuring him that, it's going to take time. You're in your second year. It's not going to all happen at once. Just keep working, keep playing the right way. Good things will happen. But I think at times he gets a little frustrated when he misses shots or misses an assignment. Then it takes on a compounding effect where he's, dwelling on that missed assignment or missed shot, and it affects the next play. So he's got to have that next play mentality, but he also has to understand, I need to learn from what happened, try not to repeat it, and move on.
And same starters?
That is correct.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Chase.
First of all, Wes, my condolences to you. Raul Neto, that injury, was that a sigh of relief to find out that it was just a contusion?
Oh, absolutely. I know he's a tough kid, and when you see him go down like that, he just doesn't pop right back up. It's a little concerning. He was able to be involved in shoot around, and it just, to some capacity, but, out of the abundance of caution, they said, look, it's probably safe to keep him out and see how he responds for tomorrow.
And it looks like the Celtics are taking more threes than any other team. It's like 47 threes a game, 11 more than they took last year. What's going to be the key to accounting for that tonight?
Just our urgency to shooters. At times, I think it's important to show crowd, because we got to get bodies in front of the ball, protect our paint, be in the right position early. Now we can build out. But once that ball kicks out, there's got to be urgency to get those guys off the line or make sure we're contesting and putting those shooters under duress.
All right, we'll go over to Wayne.
Hey, Coach, after that Nets game, Trez and Bill had an exchange on Twitter, basically holding each other accountable. In a bounce-back game, what are you looking for tonight in the plays?
Well, I think just a better focus, better energy. I think better, attention to detail. And we talked about quite a few of those things in the film session yesterday and shoot around today. So look for a little carryover, and I think they'll respond quite well.
And my last one for you, Coach. What are some of the strengths that this Boston team possessed that we want to limit today in the game?
Obviously, the three-point shooting is a concern, and they have two dynamic scorers who at any point can and take over a game. So just putting those guys in tough spots where they're just not getting easy looks. Make every touch crowded. Push them off their spots, be physical with them, do our work early, show a crowd, and contest. Obviously, if we do that over and over again, hopefully we can wear them down.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
And last question to Troy.
How you doing, Coach? I think you kind of touched on this earlier in your pregame press conference when you were talking about Coach Udoka and you all having the opportunity to be a part of this special class of 7 African American or Black head coaches that were hired in this past all season. How important is it for you to, be a part of that class and to, somebody who has grown up around the NBA game your entire life to, be kind of pushing the game forward in that way?
Well, it's a unique position. Obviously, the 7 of us, that number is impactful because we've never seen that in the NBA. So, there is maybe a added pressure for each and every one of us to have success, and that's not going to happen overnight. But we look forward to having long tenured careers. And hopefully in doing so, you laid the foundation for others to have opportunity. But this league is fluid. So, there are a lot of great coaches. I think it's important that we have diversity in this league. And I give the NBA a lot of credit, among the 4 major sports entities, they're probably the most progressive, most forward thinking, most inclusive. So, we've benefited from that. And obviously we put our time in and put ourselves in good positions to be, in this fraternity. So, I just look forward and push forward, and hopefully we blaze a trail for others to come behind us.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Coach, that's it for right now. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.